Welcome to the Glenn Beck program. My sister called me last night, and she told me that she thinks the cause of my macular dystrophy, my problem with my eyes, what's slowly making me go blind, is blood shooting out of my eyes. I hope she's not right, because after tonight, not only will you have blood shooting out of your eyes, but at the end of the hour, I may be completely blind. A lot to cover tonight. Let's go. Hello, America. We've been doing our homework today in the time tunnel. I want to start today because I want to talk a little bit about the arrogance in Washington and try to tie it together, and so you understand where it leads, where it always leads, and where it comes from. But I want to start here with a phrase that I think is the quintessential American ideal, and it is this phrase: all men are created equal. Do you believe that? Now, we can have the argument that we've never really achieved that, and I would agree. Even in the golden era, which I think was the American Revolution, we never achieved that. Never. We never have, but we've tried to. It's kind of like, you know, if you're a Christian, you try to be more like Jesus every day, but really, have you done it? I haven't. Maybe 10 minutes a year. I'm like, yeah, okay, that could have been. The rest of the time, I'm in trouble. Well, that country's the same way. We need to say, is that what we're really all about? And should we strive for that? Because if the answer is yes, we are headed on the wrong track. I'll show you why. And I want to show you the roots of what you're about to see. I want to show you a video now of Democratic Representative Peter Stark from California. It came out again this week. Now, this is the guy who taunted the Minutemen, about a month ago, said, "How many illegals are you killing today?" He was taking questions at another town hall meeting in Hayward, California, about the power, the limited power of the federal government. Here's how he responded.
The federal government, yes, can do most anything in this country.
Here comes the king.
I'm sure that you're here to save it. Makes me feel very comfortable.
He is a king. He is a ruler. He knows best. You little people. These are his constituents. The arrogance oozes off this man at every single corner. He's not even trying to hide it. And have you noticed there are a lot of people that aren't trying to hide it anymore? Look, I wouldn't even pay this guy any mind if he were a lone, arrogant jerk. I mean, I wouldn't give this clown the light of day if it was just him, but it's not. I think this is the overwhelming majority of congressmen and senators and how they view you. They hold you in contempt. Quite honestly, I think many people on television hold you in contempt as well. And, you know, part of the people over there across the river, I don't even know what land that is. Oh, I don't know. You mean across from this teeny little island? That's called America. Oh, but they can't even read. Do they have books over there? They think you're stupid. Evidence? How many times did you call your representative? How many times did you call your senator and get hung up on or given the runaround? How many times did you call to get information on a healthcare town hall or an event and be lied to about the time, the date, the place of the event? Or, oh, hey, we're not sure. Or how many times did you call and say, hey, where do they stand on this? Well, the senator hasn't made his decision yet, and 2 minutes later they're voting on it. Why would someone in a republic treat their constituents this way? Well, for a couple of reasons, but they all boil down to this one: because they can. We have taught them that we'll all just go away. We'll be quiet, and this too shall pass. In a few weeks, I'm going to do a show. It's a $20 bill. You know who this is? Andrew Jackson. In a couple of weeks, I'm working with some scholars now on some things, just to make sure I have it all down. But my gut tells me this guy is where the country went wrong. Yeah, I know it's just another one of my crazy ratings ploys. Manifest destiny. So sexy, isn't it? Oh, people will be tuning in by the droves. Manifest destiny and divine providence. I'm not going to give it to you now, but I just want you to look at this. Manifest destiny and divine providence. Because it's all in the swagger. What is divine providence? Divine providence is what our founders talked about. The idea that you're just trying to live your life, you work hard, you're raising your family, you're doing the right thing. You're trying to live by the 10 commandments. Let's just live by the top 10. What do you, excuse me, what do you say? Just live by the principles. And as you do that, and as you're trying to do good, as you're trying to make the world a better place, that all men are created equal, doors are opened, not by George Soros, but a bigger guy. And the only way you can explain those doors that are opening is to look for the finger of God. He's helping you along the way. The understanding of divine providence actually humbles anybody who's involved. You're like, oh my gosh, God is great. Just like everything else, if you're a spiritual person, you know that the opposite side, if you're Yoda, the Force, and the dark side, turns it inside out. Uses the same stuff, but turns it into something horrible. Quite honestly, it's why I tremble for my country, because I know the good that this country has done. I also know the evil that this country has done. And if we're led over to the dark side, oh, the force, oh, the power of darkness that this country will bring onto its people and the rest of the world. Now, the opposite of divine providence is what? Manifest destiny. This humbles people. This is a swagger. Get the hell out of my way. I'm on a mission from God. And you see this today. You see this all the way through from Andrew Jackson, with hills and peaks and valleys, but you see this manifest destiny attitude in America from Andrew Jackson all the way along. You see it, Woodrow Wilson. Nothing's going to stop the will of God, said Woodrow Wilson. And Barack Obama. What do you think Barack Obama means when he says this?
My individual salvation is not going to come about without a collective salvation for the country.
I strongly believe that my personal story is wrapped up with the larger story of this country. That my individual salvation rests on our collective salvation.
What I've found in my life is that my individual salvation depends on our collective salvation. Our individual salvation depends on collective salvation.
That's amazing. What does that mean? Well, he cannot be saved unless he saves you. God won't save him unless we're all saved. That is a perversion. The point is, it's not just the president. But this president happens to believe it, and progressives have always believed it. They put themselves in a position that says they know something that you don't know because you're too stupid. Pete Stark, I don't think he believes in any of this. I don't think he even believes in God. But he believes he's smarter than the people he's talking to. He just has to. So the smart people have to figure things out. It's their obligation to save you. Is Obama making himself God? No, he's not. But the progressive movement always has. They replace God with the state. That's why Pete Stark can say, hey, we can do anything we want. Of course, they answer to the state, and so do you. They answer to the collective good, and so do you. They have the right to punish, to take away rights, to create rights, to grant favors, to decide now who lives and who dies. The state has become God, and it's all for the good of the collective, because we're all going to be saved. And if you disagree, well, you must be destroyed. You must be silenced. If you disagree, You've got to be stopped because you're going to take all these stupid people and convince them that the state is wrong. You see? They know best. Is this good? Well, Pope